What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. Welcome to the channel where you subscribe to get daily updates on Bitcoin. Wanted to talk a little bit about Bitcoin being life-changing, and a lot of people are against trading and say it's dangerous, whatnot. If you really put some effort into it, it can change your lives. I just want to point that out. We're going to take a look at the trades I'm in, and don't forget, we have a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out. It's an awesome community, guys. Lots of people in there trading and some other stuff. So check it out if you haven't already, and let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. Always do your own due diligence before investing or trading in any markets. I want to remind you guys, don't forget to smash that like button and leave your comment down below. That will get you entered to win the Kobo Vault Generation 2 hard wallet giveaway. Not your keys, not your crypto, guys. Definitely make sure you get yourself a hard wallet. I have links to the ones I prefer down below if you want to check them out. But don't forget to subscribe. Like I said, smash that like. YouTube is not friendly with Bitcoin YouTubers right now, so the way you can help and fight back is make sure to smash that like button and leave your comment. That helps the algorithm push it out for us. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the news headlines and get a feel for the sentiment. It takes an estimated 7 nuclear power plants to power our Bitcoin mining. That is a lot of power. Fidelity launches inaugural Bitcoin fund for wealthy investors. Matthew D. Sauza, Bitcoin pioneer, dies at 29. Canadian software startup puts 40% of cash reserves into Bitcoin. Bitcoin braced for an inflation bombshell. It's part of a parcel of crypto, how memes drive narrative and value. Bitcoin investor files for giant $350 million IPO for possible merger. Waterloo residents have lost $430,000 to crypto scams. That reminds me, guys, these scam videos or the scam commercials you are seeing in front of most YouTuber videos, be careful with that, guys. I don't know why YouTube is allowing it, but it is just scams, so don't get sucked into that. And also in the comments down below, don't get sucked into, the What's Up app people and the super trading signals and all that stuff that people leave down in the comments. I try to keep that cleaned out so no newbies get conned by it, but obviously some do slide through, so be careful with that. And let's read one more. Another Bitcoin Lightning startup is working with Visa to fast track card payments. So obviously the news is pretty damn bullish, and we are at 75. We are in the greed. We dropped 1 point from yesterday. We were 76 in the extreme greed. We are back in the greed. Still very bullish sentiment in the market. I am still bearish short to midterm. And let's take a look at what's going on. We'll start out in the macro. Then we'll move all the way down to the 1 hour chart and look at the targets we need to look at today and the key areas we need to watch. So definitely stick around for the whole video so you understand it a little bit better. I wanted to talk a little bit about trading and stuff. There's a guy I met back last October that was actually scared to trade. I won't mention his name. I don't, want to put him out there or whatever, but he has started trading this year a few months ago, and he is doing extremely, extremely, extremely well. Just so you guys know, anybody can do it. Bitcoin has changed my life. I don't trade alts. I don't do any of that stuff. Bitcoin is enough to do what I want it to do. So, yeah, just anybody that's thinking about doing it, put your time, your effort into it. Don't give up. You will be able to do it as long as you learn risk management. Don't gamble. Don't do crazy high leverage. Yeah, just be careful, and you can literally make a living off of trading just Bitcoin. So anyways, let's get on with it. Bitcoin on the monthly chart, we are still just making lower highs. I've been talking about this for a while. I know everybody's extremely bullish, especially after this candle. But as you guys know, we have this trend line off of these 2 wicks here where we broke out here, and as of right now, we are getting support at the around the 11,200 range. A monthly close above this will get ugly fast, in my opinion. The 8 EMA lies around the 9,600, which would close the CME gap at 9,600. But remember, we've talked about it quite a bit on this channel in the past. The CME futures gaps, there's also one, I believe it's around 70. I'm going to start bringing that chart up in tomorrow's video, but I believe around 76. And there's another one all the way down at 3,570 area. I'm not saying it has to fill, but you guys need to be aware of that because it's still possible. You know, just be careful who you listen to. Some people are overly bullish. Some people are overly bearish. But we're going to look at what the charts are telling us. 5650 is where the 55 EMA is down here, and the 200 EMA doesn't even show up yet here. Now, I had a guy in the comments saying that we had to wait for this to close to confirm bearish divergence. That is incorrect. This candle right here confirmed it. That was a local high right there, and we had lower highs in the RSI, higher highs in the price action. That is bearish divergence, guys. Yeah, and it's on the monthly, so it doesn't mean you see it right away and it just drops. But be aware that that is there. Let's look at the weekly. The weekly, looking at the macro here on the, looking at the thick white trend lines here as the triangle. The bullish case there, guys, is the measured move of that breakout. Gets us right up around the $27,000 to $28,000 range. That is the very bearish or bullish case scenario. And if we look at these yellow trend lines here, this is a falling broadening wedge. The measured move of that is 16,000. Again, bullish case. I still am not 100% convinced that we are in a bull run yet. As you can see, this yellow dotted trend line, like I said, right around 11.2. If we break that, it's probably going to get pretty ugly. We'll most likely come down to at least test this trend line here. It could be around the 92, 96, somewhere in there. Like I said, we'll take a look at the targets. I want to take a look at the weekly RSI. That does show a possibility of one more run up here, guys. I want to be aware of that. A weekly close above this trend line will be extremely, extremely bullish. But I believe we will come back down to test the bottom of this weekly trend line here first. I do have a chart that shows that it's possible we don't break the all-time highs until 2024. I know, as crazy as that sounds, I'm not saying that that's gonna happen, but there is stuff in the charts that point to that. I'll bring that up in tomorrow's video. Now let's take a look at my trades on Prime XBT. If you guys are interested in trading, this is my preferred exchange. I don't use any other ones anymore because of the fact that most of them trade against you. Scam wicks, run up, get your stops. They usually don't even collect orders when they do that stuff, and they just screw people, liquidate people, stop them out before running and stuff. So be careful with that. I will leave a Prime XBT tutorial up top for you guys to check out. And if you are interested in trading, this is the platform to do it. Savy50 is a promo code that will get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit as a bonus, up to 1 Bitcoin. And the other thing about that, once you put that bonus in, every time you make a deposit, you get that 50% on top. So, yeah, Savy25 will get you 25% off of your trading fees for a month. So, yeah, it's pretty good deal for them. And like I said, I trust exchange more than anybody. There's been times in the past where I seen that the exchange got tied up. People lost money due to that, and they actually paid them back. They're done it for me. BitMax, all them guys have done that and screwed people out of money and not repaid them. So that alone shows me, you know, that I can trust Prime XBT. So anyways, as you guys know, I have these shorts in here. I put a couple more in since yesterday's video. As of right now, we started this account with 1 Bitcoin on Monday. We have 1.17 in there right now. We are up as of right now at 316. I'm looking to take profit around 10.8. And the reason being, I'm looking at this as a bull or a bear flag, this being the flag pull. And if we take a measured move of that flag pull, bring it down to where we broke here, that gets us right around this 10,780 range. I've got my take profits at 10,800, looking for a bounce there, and I will most likely re-enter another short. I will keep you guys updated on this. Follow me on Twitter if you are not. I'm going to start getting more active on Twitter. It's at CryptoSavy1. So anyways, that's that. Let's look at the daily. Now, this is the bearish case, guys. Look at this as a rising broadening wedge. If we take a measured move of that and bring it, if we break down past this 10,700 area, our next support would be around the 200 EMA. Also, this trend line here, about 9,600. If that was to break, we could be coming down towards the $8,000 range, retesting this trend line. If that doesn't hold, that is the CME gap down here around 3570. It is definitely a possibility, something you need to keep in mind, especially if you're trading. Don't get all crazy hyped with all the super bullish, crazy stuff you're seeing. Now, we've had this rising channel or rising wedge drawn in here, and I said if we broke here, it was going to get ugly. We have broken. Nothing saying that we can't come up, retest this one more time before continuing down, but it is not looking good for Bitcoin on the daily RSI. One more way you guys can help support the channel is inkyorimage.com. There is a link down below. It is my wife's webpage. Makes lots of cool crypto stuff on here, signs, hats, mugs, whatnot. She can make keychains and other stuff too, but you don't have to put just what you see on here. You can put any crypto, anything you want on any of this stuff. If you have gift ideas or whatever, or you have a preferred project that you like, she can do it. Just hit her up into contact. Just to stress it one more time, make sure you smash that like, guys, if you haven't already, and leave your comment down below to enter to win the Kobo Vault Generation 2. And subscribe to the channel. Keep up on these updates. We've been killing it. So, all right. Again, the dotted yellow trend line here, we are getting support on it as of right now. And on it's right around that 10,200. A break of that would most likely get us down to retest this 10,400, which is the neckline of what people seem to think is a inverted head and shoulders. This being a left shoulder, this being a head, this being a right shoulder. I don't like it. But if we do get a major bounce off this 10.5, that could be it. You know, it could be the bullish case scenario. Another trend line I want to look at is this one here, looking at this rising broadening wedge over here where we broke down in March. If we were to come up and retest this again, it could be around the 13,100, 13,200. And that would coincide with the weekly RSI hitting that trend line that we had talked about. Also, looking at this, you can see the white dash trend line here, and on the bottom, this one being resistance, this one being support, that 9,600 being the bottom here. If that's the case and we do break that, the measured move of that would be about right around the $6,500 range if we were to break down past that 96.6 area. Not saying it has to happen. Again, we're going to watch this 10.4, 10.5 range really close if we get down here and break this. We also have a trend line down here that we could, around 81.50, which is the 0.5 retracement. Let's take a look at the retracements real quick. If we take the Fibonacci retracement tool from the swing low to the swing high here, the 0.236 fib is around 10,460. The 0.382 fib is around 91.80. If this was to break, I'd be looking for 91.80 area. And if that was to break, 81.50 is the 0.5 fib. And then we have the golden pocket zone, which is in between 68.80 and 71.20. I would expect at least a bounce there. If that does break, we could look for our target of this rising broadening wedge around 6,500. And again, guys, depending on how this moves, this can all change, but I will keep you updated. So make sure you're subscribed. Hit that like button. Help get the videos out there. Share it if you would. But if we do break this area, our next support is the 56.80 area, which is the 0.786. And then, of course, we have the 35 to 3,600 gap down here, which is a possibility. If we do hit here, I do think it's possible we won't see us break the all-time high until 2024. But again, we could get a bounce at any of these levels and continue up. We will keep you updated on that. Let's look at the RSI again and take a little bit different view. Does look like, guys, we have broke this. Again, we could come up, get a retest before continuing down, and this is on daily. This could take weeks. All right, let's look at the 4 hour. So the 4 hour, I have that 31 to 3200. That's that pink trend line we talked about. And then I also have a target here at 12.6. And we'll look at how I got that when we go into the 1 hour. But let's look at where we're at now. So if we're looking at this as a, let's get this out of the way, Look at this as a bear flag that we have broke. The measured move down there is around 10,750. And like I said, I'm looking to close my shorts at around 10,800. But a break of this trend line, I re-enter some more shorts. And if you look at the bigger picture here, it does look like a rising wedge. And the measured move of the breakdown from that rising wedge, if we measure the widest point to if we break down past this 2008, it's right around the $6,000 range, somewhere in that area. It actually almost goes down to that 0.786 fib, if we look at it this way, which is around $5,600 to $5,800. And of course, we talked about if that breaks, we could be going down to close that CME gap. But yeah, that's what we're looking at, guys. Keep an eye on these, are very key areas. And again, let's zoom in a little more and look at another target here. Excuse me. So we have this trend line here making this look like a rising channel. And if we do a measured move of that channel and to where we broke down from the channel over here, gets us around the 10,220 range. Another way, if we move this, let me zoom in so you can see it. If we move this over to this wick down here and put it all the way up to this wick, line that up as close as I can right now without taking too much of your time. And then we take a measured move of this whole thing, looking at that as a rising wedge. And where we broke down there, that actually gives us a target of about 10,100. I'm just going to stick this down here. 10,120. So keep an eye on that. That could actually be what we're looking at. But for now, I'm going to put this right back the way I had it. And that's excluding that big long wick we have over there. So, all right, sorry, I don't like to move my charts around and then forget why I did it. So I want to put it right back where it was. Let's look at the 4 hour RSI. We're still in this falling channel within a bigger wedge here. We did dip down past this here, kind of like a bear trap, but I believe we'll most likely come back down, retest it again. If we do go up to that 13.1, 13.2, could retest the top of this. If that breaks, it'd be pretty bullish at that point. But as of right now, I just don't see a very bullish case scenario playing out. Let's look at our targets in the 1 hour here. I'm going to get this RSI off there. As you can see, we are getting rejection at all the EMAs here. And I didn't look at the EMAs in all these charts. Let's do that. Obviously, 4 hour EMAs looking horrendous. Let's look at the daily EMAs and see what that's looking like. It is looking ugly. As you can see, the 8 EMA is looking across the 21. If that happens, guys, we're headed down towards this area, that 10.8 area. So that's what I'm looking at for today, is around the 10.8, somewhere in that range, between today and tomorrow. Now let's look at what we got here. Right off of this, I drew this trend line off the 2 peaks up here. I cloned it, put it down here on this dotted trend line, and look at that. We had this target the other day of 10.133. We actually went a little bit lower, right around the 10.1. But I still believe we come back down to retest this. If that breaks, then we're looking at our 10,775 area, which is looking at this as a, show you again, flagpole breakdown of the bear flag. We get down to here. So, but if we break this, yeah, most likely coming back down to here. Now, one other way to look at this, guys, and I'll try to make this not too confusing. We could actually move this over now to around the 10,750. That would be a break of this trend line here. But if we look at this whole thing as a, you look at this top solid line, right across there as resistance off of all these touches up here, and then this solid line down here off these touches. If we come back down to get a bounce around the 10,900 and around the 10,900 range, if we do get a bounce there, come back up all the way to test this trend line, a break of this trend line, I would do a long here up to around that 12,600. That's how I got the target. I said I would show you how I got it. Let's look at this as a falling broadening wedge. But until, you know, we get a bounce here and watch from there, I'm still looking for this 10.8 down here, guys. That's what I'm looking at. I hope you all are doing well. If you are trading this, let's look at the 1 hour RSI. As you can see, I had a rising wedge drawn here that we broke down from, came down into a rising channel, broke out of the rising channel now. Looks like we're most likely going to come down to retest this bottom level. But that's where I'm at, guys. Again, don't forget to check out Prime XBT. I think you'll enjoy it. You can trade EOS, Ripple, all kinds of other stuff on there, along with Forex, Dow Jones, S&P 500, Euro, oil, gold, silver, everything by just using your Bitcoin as collateral. It's a one-stop shop. I love it. Check it out. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. You rock. I appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me, and I really, truly mean that. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, and I'm out.